Well, hello. We are now working on lesson 6, and this is the classwork. I've got the learning target here so we can just review what our focus is. I can use tape diagrams, we've been practicing with those, to solve problems when given a ratio between two quantities and a change to those quantities that changes the ratio. This will be kind of fun. So the first problem in the classwork, we've got this business direct hotel, and they're catering, it says, to people who travel for different types of business trips. So on Saturday night, there's not a lot of business travel. So the ratio of the number of occupied rooms to the number of unoccupied rooms is 2 to 5. However, on Sunday night, the ratio of the number of occupied rooms to the number of unoccupied rooms, no one's in there, is 6 to 1 due to the number of business people attending a large conference in the area. In the business direct if the business direct hotel has 432, I'm just going to take a look and underline some of this. So has 432 occupied rooms on Sunday night. How many, here's our question, how many unoccupied rooms does it have on Saturday night? So to me, that's a lot of information. So going back and taking a look, I'm going to use the tape diagram to help me. So Saturday, they said it was a 2. So occupied has 2 C's, occupied, and I've got unoccupied, right? And the occupied on, I'm just double checking, Saturday is a 2 to 5 ratio. Okay, so I've got my tape diagram for Saturday. Now I'm going to go over to Sunday, and that really changed. Occupied and unoccupied, and you're checking your work to make sure you've got this drawn out. Then shifts to occupied is 6 to 1. Really shifts. Okay. So the other thing they told me has 432 occupied rooms on Sunday. So I know that this occupied represents 432 rooms. So to me, we've got a division problem. I'm going to go in here and change this. So I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. And I'll do my work up here. 432. And I'm dividing that by 6 to find out what each of these units is equivalent to. 6 times 7 is 42. Put a 0 here too. So 6 times 7, 42. Subtract. I get 1. Bring the 2 down. That's easy. There's a 2. 6 times 2 is 12. If I finish my work. Okay, 72. So each of these units is equal to 72 occupied rooms. So now so each of these is 72. I just did the division, but I have to take that information over to Saturday, and they want unoccupied rooms. So I'm going to focus here, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so I'm taking that 72 value of the units, 72 unoccupied rooms, and I'm going to multiply by 5. There's 10, 35, and 1 is 36. 360 is my final answer. So I'm going to write 360 unoccupied rooms and it was Saturday night. And I should really put in how many there are, would make my sentence complete. Okay. Check. Let's go to the next problem. Doing well. This one says, Peter is trying to work out, good for him, by completing sit-ups and push-ups in order to gain muscle mass. Originally, Peter was completing 5 sit-ups for every 3 push-ups. There's ratio. But then he injured his shoulder. Darn it. After the injury, Peter completed the same amount of repetitions as he did before his injury, but completed 7 sit-ups for every 1 push-up. Okay, during a training session after his injury, Peter completed 8 push-ups. So how many push-ups was Peter completing before? So here's our question. Sometimes you have to read to the very end to find out what do they want to know. Okay, let me draw in some tape diagrams. I hope you did that on your work too. So before he was, I'm going to write before. This is before that injury, right? And here's after the injury. Ouch, poor guy. Okay. So here was 5 to 3. So sit up, sit up. Sometimes purple makes everything better. Okay. Here's a sit up and it was 5. 1, 2, 3. I could just put a 5 in there too. And then how many push-ups? It was, push-up was 3. Double check that I have that 5 and 3. Got it. Then now after the injury, it was 7. And then to 1 push-up because his shoulder hurts. There we go, 1. Now, during a training session after, so I'm over here, after the injury, he completed 8 push-ups. So now I'm going to go in here. So this value right here is 8. He completed 8 push-ups. Okay, so therefore the unit equals 8, and they want to know how many push-ups was Peter completing before his injury. So I'm still over here. Now I'm over here to the before, but each of these units is equal to 8. So 8, 8, 8. So 8 times 3 is what? 8 times 3, 24. So my complete sentence, Peter completed 24 push-ups before his injury. Okay, got it. Done. Yay. Perfect. Okay, and then I have a little note up here. You can see that we are omitting, but you don't have to. You could totally do this to get stronger and better. The more practice is going to make you stronger, better. So omit, leave out 3, 4, 5, and 7. This is problem number 6. But whatever your teacher asks you to do, modify that. But all I'm including in here is the next lesson. I'm skipping up to number 6. So this says during first semester, we have trimesters, but first semester, when you go to, I think the high school, and maybe even Stevens. Okay, the ratio of the number of students in art class to the number of students in gym class was 2 to 7. However, the art classes were really small and the gym classes were large. So the principal changed students' classes for second semester. In second semester, the ratio of the number of students in art class to the number of students in gym class changed. It was 5 to 4. So if 75 students were in art class second, okay, that's info 2. How many were in art class? Here's our question. That's how many were in art class and gym class first semester. Okay, so I'm going to just do some drawing here. This is first, I should just, first semester and then second semester. Those are the two that I'm looking at. And then this was 2 to 7. I'm just going to do a 7 in here. Okay, and this was art and gym. Okay, now I'm over here, art and gym, and there was a change. It changed to 5 and 4. And that should not be bigger, should it? No. So let me just take that. I will make it visually accurate. Okay. Now they gave us some more information. They said if 75 students were in art class second, so this represents, boom, 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 75. How many, therefore, were in art class and gym? So I want to figure out this whole thing, but first I have to do some division. So if this 75 represents the 5 units here, I'm going to take 75 and divide by 5. 1, 5, 2, 5, 5, 25. Got that. So each unit is worth 15. So I bring that back over here. So I have 15 and 15 for art. That's 30 total. And then what is 15? I'll do it over here. What is 15 times the 7 for gym? That's 5. That's 35. 7 and 3 is 10. So I have 105. So I have my info. But now what I need to do is put it in a sentence. There were it said 30 students in art class and 105. That's a U. Students in gym class first semester. Got it. Okay, there's our final answer. Perfecto. Okay, let's jump over. Oh, but wait, remember we're omitting 3, 4, 5, and 7. So on your own, or you can check in with your teacher on those problems. Fabulous job.